Hey, what is going on, you guys? Today I thought I'd compile a list of 7 problems only us gamers know. You know those little things that happen when you're gaming and only us gamers can understand? Like you tell a non-gamer and they're sitting there looking at you going, I don't even know what you're on about. Today I thought I'd list off 7 of those items, in which I think only us gamers know. So starting off at number 7 is the typical only one more game. You hear this time and time again, and also you say it to yourself time and time again. It could be the middle of the night, it could be 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, or even 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, and you know that you have to get up for work. You know that you have to get up for work, or you need to go somewhere the next day, but you say to yourself, only one more game. Next minute you look at the clock and you've only got a couple of hours to sleep and you're like, how the hell am I going to even do this? How am I going to last the day? But us gamers, we manage to do it somehow. So coming in at number 7, guys, is the typical only one more game, or only one more level, or only this, or only that. It's never only one more game. We go on for hours. Now coming in at number 6. Trying to be quiet at night. This is definitely a dilemma for a lot of gamers, especially the PC gamers with the old school keyboards, like they're not even gaming keyboards. They're really loud, the old school with the high keys. Or even the Xbox players, like the Xbox with its controller, those X, Y, B and A buttons, they're loud as hell. The PlayStation 4 controller is not too bad, but still it can be noisy. Then you find yourself, your mother comes running into your room, yelling at you to turn off that game that it's 2 a.m. in the morning and that you're meant to be going to school or something the next day. Or your partner's elbowing you in the middle of the night saying, will you stop making all that noise? Because you got your gaming headset on and you have no idea. So coming in at number 6 is definitely trying to be quiet at night. Coming in at number 5 is the old controller dying. We never had this issue back in the day with the PS1 and the PS2 and the GameCubes and the Nintendo 64s because they were wired controllers. And there is a reason, guys, that pro gamers play with wired controllers. Because without wired controllers, you run into this issue of the controller dying. Like especially when you're in that final boss or you're in an online match and you're just about to win your victory royale, and then your controller dies and you miss out on that critical shot that could have actually claimed you your victory. Or you're on the last boss, you're getting down to the last little bit of health, you're fighting and fighting and fighting, you've been trying to beat this boss for hours, and then that dreaded controller disconnected pops up on the screen. And it's one of those games that doesn't pause when the controller disconnects. Oh man, there is nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than that. Or is there? Moving on to number 4. And that is those dreaded updates. Us as gamers, definitely, especially today's gaming, updates are a thing. It's just something that we've had to come to terms with. In the past, we never had this issue, but today's day and age with gaming, you could buy a game, and if you're a couple months out from picking up the game, it could have a 20, 30 gigabyte update. Even when you buy a disc, you could install the game on your hard drive and then find out that it's still got a 15 gigabyte update, and that's like after 1 day after release. Man, or even those system updates. Sometimes some of those system updates, like if you've had your PlayStation, your Xbox turned off for a long period of time, say you went away and you're away for like 2-3 months, and then you go to turn on your Xbox after you would just want to play a game after school or after work, and then you find out that your PlayStation, your Xbox is pretty much useless, can't play the online games until you install a 20 gigabyte update. Yeah, updates are definitely a pain. I myself have run into update issues, especially when you get Gran Turismo Sport and you just want to play a couple of games and you actually find out that you have a 12-hour download time for a mega update. I think it was like 60-70 gig. It was bloody huge for this update. So yes, updates can definitely be a pain for us gamers. Coming in at number 3 also ties onto the updates, and that is slow internet connection. Slow internet connection can be the difference between you winning or losing an online match, you being able to stream, you being able to do anything, especially when it comes into those competitive online games. Imagine playing Fortnite and you got that bad internet connection, you're that player that's lagging around in a server that you can't manage to land your shots because everyone's 10 times quicker than you, 20 times quicker than you. And that's just because your internet connection is so slow, or you get booted from the server because you are lagging. Or you jump over to your racing car game, then a car flies out of the sky and lands next to you, takes off again and shoots straight through a building, looking like it's bloody Spider-Man swinging through the New York streets, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? Bad internet connection, that could be a make or break for us gamers. Now coming in at number 2 would be scratched discs. Man, it's not so much an issue nowadays, but scratched discs, especially back in the day, bloody hell. Like, I remember the old PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 was better, but the PlayStation 1, you got a scratch on that disc, the tiniest hairline scratch, you could be playing through the game, or you've rented it from a video store. Because back then, renting games at video stores was like a Friday night thing. Every night you go down, every Friday night you go down there, you hire your games, your one night game, and you'll play it. And then you get all the way to the end and you find out that it has been scratched by the previous person who's hired the game, and you can't complete the level, and it's right in between a checkpoint and a save. So you have to repeat the whole thing over and over again. That whole section? Yeah, man, scratch discs back in the day. Nowadays it isn't so bad because we have the hard drives and we have the Blu-ray discs, and the Blu-ray discs are a lot tougher than what the actual previous PlayStation 1 black discs and stuff were. Man, definitely scratch discs. Now coming in at the number 1 spot, guys, would have to be corrupt files. There is nothing worse than when you go all the way through a game, you've put your hard-earned hours into this game, you've put blood, sweat and tears into this game, and your save file gets corrupt. And you realise that there is no way of saving it. And then you have that flashback moment of all those different levels, bosses, everything you had to do to get those skins or those legendary items. And then you sit there and go, I'm going to have to do all that again, as a tear runs down your face. Corrupt files, they were shocking, especially going back to the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 days. Corrupt files were just on those 1 megabyte and an 8 megabyte memory cards. They could be the make or break times. Or even the Nintendo 64, how it didn't save on the cartridge, or the cartridge was faulty and you lost everything in that game. Man, corrupt files. I actually recently had an issue with corrupt files. It's going back a couple of years ago now, but I was playing on my Xbox 360, and this was in the Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3 days. And I played all the way through the game and literally almost completed it, and my console froze. Something happened to it. It just froze up. So I reset the console. It was my only option, and when it fired back up, I had no Assassin's Creed save files whatsoever. So I do not know what happened there, but I was pissed. I was inches away from picking up my Xbox and throwing it out the window. Legit, almost smashed the bloody thing. So corrupt files can definitely be a make or break. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. I thought I'd list off a few items in which only us gamers would understand. You being a gamer, you would understand. And if you guys have a suggestion or anything that you reckon should have been in this list, feel free to shoot it down in the comment section. I'm more than happy to read your comments. I actually love reading you guys' comments. And if you liked the video guys, give it a huge thumbs up, go ham on it, it means a lot to me. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell. It keeps you up to date with all my latest content. And until next time guys, peace.